The Pakistani rupee is the official currency of Pakistan. The issuance of the currency is controlled by the State Bank of Pakistan, the central bank of the country. The most commonly used symbol for the rupee is Rs, used on receipts when purchasing goods and services. In Pakistan, the rupee is referred to as the rupees, rupiah, or rupaye. As standard in Pakistani English, large values of rupees are counted in terms of thousands, lakh and crore. Several other currencies are also called rupee. History. The word rupiah is derived from the Sanskrit word rupaya, which means wrought silver, a coin of silver, in origin an adjective meaning shapely, with a more specific meaning of stamped, impressed, whence coin. It is derived from the noun rupa shape, likeness, image. Rupaya was used to denote the coin introduced by Shah Suri during his reign from 1540 to 1545 CE. The Pakistani rupee was put into circulation in Pakistan after the dissolution of the British Raj in 1947. Initially, Pakistan used British Indian coins and notes simply overstamped with Pakistan. New coins and banknotes were issued in 1948. Like the Indian rupee, it was originally divided into 16 annas, each of 4 paise or 12 pi. The currency was decimalized on January 1, 1961, with the rupee subdivided into 100 paise, renamed paise later the same year. However, coins denominated in paise have not been issued since 1994. Coins. In 1948, coins were introduced in denominations of 1 paise, a 1/2, 1 and 2 annas, a 1/4, a 1/2 and 1 rupee. 1 pi coins were added in 1951. In 1961, coins for 1, 5 and 10 paise were issued, followed later the same year by 1 paise, 5 and 10 paise coins. In 1963, 10 and 25 paise coins were introduced, followed by 2 paise the next year. 1 rupee coins were reintroduced in 1979, followed by 2 rupees in 1998 and 5 rupees in 2002. 2 paise coins were last minted in 1976, with 1 paise coins ceasing production in 1979. The 5, 10, 25 and 50 paise all ceased production in 1996. There are 2 variations of 2 rupee coins. Most have clouds above the Badshah Masjid but many don't. The 1 and 2 rupee coins were changed to aluminium in 2007. Paise coins ceased to be legal tender in 2013, leaving Rs1 coin as the minimum legal tender. Banknotes. On April 1, 1948, provisional notes were issued by the Reserve Bank of India and the Government of India on behalf of the Government of Pakistan, for use exclusively within Pakistan, without the possibility of redemption in India. Printed by the India Security Press in Nasik, these notes consist of Indian note plates engraved with the words Government of Pakistan in English and a Euro-OE Hukumat-e Pakistani Euro in Urdu added at the top and bottom, respectively, of the watermark area on the front only. The signatures on these notes remain those of Indian banking and finance officials. Regular government issues commenced in 1948 in denominations of 1 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees and 100 rupees. The government continued to issue 1 rupee notes until the 1980s, but other note issuing was taken over by the State Bank in 1953, when 2 rupees, 5 rupees, 10 rupees and 100 rupees notes were issued. Only a few 2 rupees notes were issued. 50 rupees notes were added in 1957, with 2 rupees notes reintroduced in 1985. In 1986, 500 rupees notes were introduced, followed by 1,000 rupees the next year. 2 and 5 rupees notes were replaced by coins in 1998 and 2002. 20 rupee notes were added in 2005, followed by 5,000 rupees in 2006. Until 1971, Pakistani banknotes were bilingual, featuring Bengali translation of the Urdu text, since Bengali was the state language of East Pakistan. All banknotes other than the 1 and 2 rupees feature a portrait of Muhammad Ali Jinnah on the obverse along with writing in Urdu. The reverses of the banknotes vary in design and have English text. The only Urdu text found on the reverse is the Urdu translation of the prophetic hadith. seeking honest livelihood is worship of God. Which is Omicron UUO plus or minus O squared UOOMO to the first OL terahertz OUU. The banknotes vary in size and color, with larger denominations being longer than smaller ones. All contain multiple colors. However, each denomination does have one color which predominates. All banknotes feature a watermark for security purposes. On the larger denomination notes, the watermark is a picture of Jinnah, while on smaller notes, it is a crescent and star. Different types of security threads are also present in each banknote. The State Bank has started a new series of banknotes, phasing out the older designs for new, more secure ones. Recently the State Bank revised the A20 banknote, after complaints of its similarity to the A5000, which caused a lot of confusion and financial losses, when people gave out a 5,000 notes, thinking them to be A20 notes, hoard banknotes, due to the large number of pilgrims to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia during the 1950s. The State Bank of Pakistan provided simple exchange facilities for Hajj pilgrims. The issue of special notes for the express use of the pilgrims was introduced. Although other means of exchange were considered, the high level of illiteracy amongst the Pakistani pilgrims and the additional costs that would be incurred through the need to purchase such means prevented the government from these methods of exchange. The State Bank order to allow the issue of these Hajj notes was made in May 1950. The use of Hajj notes continued until 1978. Until this date, stocks of notes were used without the necessity of printing new notes with the signatures of the later governors. It is believed that, once the use of Hajj notes was discontinued, most of the remaining stock of notes was destroyed. However, a large quantity of notes did find their way into the collector market following their sale to a banknote dealer by the State Bank of Pakistan. Special banknote, exchange rate. The rupee was pegged to the British pound until 1982, when the government of General Zia-ul-Haq changed it to managed float. As a result, the rupee devalued by 38.5% between 1982/83 and 1987/88, and the cost of importing raw material increased rapidly, causing huge pressure on Pakistan finances and damaging much of the industrial base built up by the government of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. The Pakistani rupee depreciated against the US dollar until the turn of the century, when Pakistan's large current account surplus pushed the value of the rupee up versus the dollar. Pakistan's central bank then stabilized the exchange rate by lowering interest rates and buying dollars, in order to preserve the country's export competitiveness. The year 2008 has been termed a disastrous year for the rupee after the elections, and until August 2008 it had lost 23% of its value since December 2007 to a record low of 79.2 against US dollar. The major reasons for this depreciation: the huge current and trade accounts deficits had been built up since the credit boom in Pakistan post-2002. Due to rising militancy in the NWFP and FATA areas, FDI began to fall and the structural problems of the balance of payment were exposed. A disastrous situation occurred where foreign reserves fell to as low as $2 billion. However, by February 2011 forex reserves had recovered and set a new record of $17 billion. Of that $17 billion, more than $10 billion is borrowed money with interest applicable. See also: Economy of Pakistan, Notes. External links: SBP's webpage on the new notes, Business Recorder, Pakistan's first financial newspaper, State Bank to issue Rs 5000/ and new Rs 10/ banknotes from May 27, 2006, Governor, the Hajj Notes of Pakistan, Hasib Nazar's collection on coins used in Pakistan.